It's turbo time.
Due to the amount of positive feedback on my last video where I showed you guys how you can make a speakeasy elite weapon from the rigger, and by the way, if you missed that video, I'll leave a link in the description. Now I decided to test out more weapons for those who want to use elite weapons but just never had the luck to get them in supply drops, and I show you which weapon variants are the best to help you mimic or make them better than their elite counterparts. No elite,
No problemo.
So in this episode, I'm going to show you guys how you can make the MP11 Squeaker using the MP11 Airborne, but with the right attachments, you can make it even better. And the Airborne is an enlisted variant, so more often than not, it shouldn't be that difficult to get this weapon in a supply drop. Now, most of you probably already have it, but before I get into why it's the best MP11 variant, let's go over the stats of the MP11 Squeaker. Now, firstly, it has built-in red dot sight, which I actually prefer on the MP11 because it helps with aiming on your targets easier since the iron sights on the MP11 aren't that great. Now the bad news is that you get a -2 in accuracy or a 20% increase in recoil, and there will be a lot of noticeable kick when using this weapon. However, its rate of fire is increased by +2, which can be very deadly in close quarter combat situations and on smaller maps such as Detroit, because you don't need to worry about controlling the recoil so much and at the same time melting your enemies quicker due to the high rate of fire. Now let's take a look at the Airborne and why I chose this variant to be the absolute best MP11 variant to closely match and be better than the MP11 Squeaker. So first of all, you get a +1 in accuracy, so you already get a 10% reduction in recoil, making the weapon much easier to control while firing. But the only drawback, but not really a huge deal breaker, is a -1 in handling. And like I mentioned in the last episode, all handling really is how wide or narrow your hip fire shots are, which isn't really a big deal. So in order to make this as good or better than the Squeaker, I would recommend adding rapid fire, which would bring the rate of fire to a 14 just like the Squeaker, but then you'll notice the accuracy go down from an 8 to a 6. Now here's why I chose the Airborne. If you add foregrip and red dot sight, your accuracy is brought back up to a 9. The handling will go down to a 10, but like I said, let's not worry about it, it's not a big deal. Now we basically have a similar weapon comparable to the Squeaker in terms of the added red dot sight and rapid fire, except we have much better accuracy. Now if I had chosen any other variant, the accuracy wouldn't be as good as the Airborne. Now the Airborne has the best accuracy out of all the variants and the least drawbacks. It's important to note that when using any variant of the MP11, it has noticeable recoil, so being able to minimize recoil as much as possible with any MP11 is key to being able to control the weapon better, and why the slight increase in accuracy makes it the best candidate for the best MP11 variant. Now here's a side-by-side comparison of the Squeaker and what it would look like if you added foregrip and the Airborne with red dot, foregrip, and rapid fire. Now the choice is pretty clear, where statistically the Airborne has a clear advantage in accuracy over the Squeaker. I've used it many times in different matches and it has given me some great results. I definitely recommend you try this setup out if you have the Airborne. Now I hope this video was helpful to you in any way. If it was and you want to see more of the series, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll be back. Oh my god, I bet you my neighbor is like so pissed right now. Fuck man, I gotta do what I gotta do though.
Yeah!